So I'm making this video to hopefully give some more clarity to some of this year's contest rules, specifically regarding the no CGI and VFX, as well as like the mythical or folklore creature and monster. I've gotten some great comments or questions rather on Instagram DMs as well as email that it just made me think I wanted to do a quick follow-up video to provide hopefully a little more context for those looking for a little more clarity that might not understand what I mean by these rules. So really quickly, I think first and foremost, the reason for no CGI, let me just clear that up and what I mean by that and what is allowed or constitutes as CGI in my eyes for this contest. When I say no VFX or CGI, what I'm really trying to do is refrain from you all creating in a computer these like 3D worlds and monsters, creating set extensions and worlds and CGI monsters and effects. You are allowed to do things like in-camera effects or shooting things in camera that allow you to in post mask certain things, right? So if you are on set doing a pulley rig and you pulley someone and they go flying and you need to mask out that pulley in post, that is completely okay. I want, and I'm trying to encourage you guys to create everything in camera. So, you know, doing simple things like shooting 2 clean plates and having a character mirrored and masking them out to make it seem like there's 2 of that person, that is okay. What I'm trying to refrain is from in the past, I've had films where they're like CGI alien comes down in a frame, bites someone's head off. Like, I don't want any of that. I don't want you set extension creating this outer space world and your character is just, you're shooting on a green screen, you're shooting specifically on a green screen and like creating this computer imagined world. That's what I'm trying to refrain from you guys doing. So simple editing techniques such as, you know, cutting out certain things, masking, and doing those sort of things are okay. What is not okay is creating, like I said, these worlds. So even using, someone asked another question regarding like overlays, VFX, does like fog, mist, do those overlays, like using fog and mist and rain overlays in post, count as visual effects CGI? Yes, that counts. Like, so do not do that. I want you guys, if you want your scene to feel like it's raining, I would encourage you guys to use a hose and figure out how to make it look like it's raining. And same thing with fog, using a fog machine or a smoke machine, doing things practically where you're not computer generating a world or characters. Hopefully that clears things up. So again, if you need to mask out, you know, certain things or shoot a clean plate and then a not a clean plate and have someone in the foreground and mirror them, or do creatively come up and shoot and edit things, that is okay. I know that was kind of all over the place. I'm just trying to keep you guys, or refrain from everyone just creating these computer generated worlds and characters, if you will. I really want you to get back to the heart of filmmaking and doing things as practically in camera and on set as possible. So hopefully that clears things up. So no using computer generated overlays and effects, as well as using, you know, computer software to generate, you know, other worlds or like put your characters in space and do all of that, as well as create like 3D character models and creatures and whatnot. That is not okay, and that is not allowed. Hopefully that all makes sense. I know that was a lot. Sorry. I'm trying to get this video out and done quickly so that people that do have questions and see this video can watch it and start working on their films, because there's a lot of people right now already working and planning on their films, which is really cool to see. Now, in regards to the mythical or folklore creature, monster, character, here's what I have to say about that, because I've gotten a lot of questions of what constitutes to that. For example, someone asked me, do werewolves and vampires count as mythological creatures? Yes, that is a myth, that is a folklore. They do not exist, right? They are a creature, a monster. It is not something you made up. It is not something you created. It is not a existing superhero character or person that exists, right? It's kind of this myth, this folklore, this creature. And so same thing, someone asked me about Baron Samedi, which I didn't know who that was until I Googled it. And yes, that is a mythical or folklore kind of character. So again, that would be allowed. What I'm trying to have you guys do is get creative with these mythical or folklore creatures, monsters, characters. Again, your film doesn't even need to be about that person, thing, or creature. It could be a simple mention, as I touched in the other video. It could be a simple reference or a touch point on that. I just want to see how you guys get creative with that. I know someone asked me about mermaids. Would a mermaid count? Yes, that is a mythical or folklore creature, character, monster. And what I'm really excited is to see how people take the spins on that, because you could easily take the mythical lore or folklore of a mermaid and turn it into this killer mermaid with nasty teeth that like drags someone underwater and kills them, which would be really cool to see. So I'm looking for your guys' creative twist on things as well, because someone else did ask like how much liberty are we given with those things? With those characters, can we modify them a bit? And I would say yes, in the sense of like, if you are doing your film about a mermaid, or the reference in your film is a mermaid, sure, you can give the mermaid a darker energy or character and give them fangs and still have it be a mermaid. You don't have to have your mermaid be the Little Mermaid Disney Channel mermaid, if that makes sense. So you can take creative liberties by, if you're reference as a mermaid, to give them a darker, sinister approach and feel, if that makes sense. Again, it is not something that you can make up or create. It needs to be a Google, is that a word? Googleable? Again, these are not something you are making up and creating. It is something that exists. And again, if you have further questions at what constitutes as a mythical, folklore, creature, monster, character, please let me know. Just shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, and I will clarify that for you. But hopefully, again, me answering some of these questions gives you a little more clarity. In regards to the dialogue rule, I've had a few people ask, you know, how strict are you going to be on that? And I'm going to be very strict on that line of dialogue. As far as that line of dialogue goes, you cannot change that. But certainly there is dialogue that can come before and after that you can add on to. So for example, this person asked me like, for example, could I say, I've never drank alcohol before, but I feel like I need it tonight? And the answer is yes, because you did not change the actual line of dialogue. All you did was then add something to the end to complete the sentence or complete the thought. I'm just looking for that line of dialogue to be exact. I've never drank alcohol before. So if you need something to come before that or after that, great. Obviously, time limit is pretty self-explanatory. You just can't be over 5 minutes runtime. So when I get your YouTube link, if it's 5 minutes and 5 seconds, you're disqualified. So make sure that it is under that 5-minute timeline. And if you want to, at a later date, upload a longer version, whether you upload that to YouTube or to submit to another film festival or whatever it is, you can add credits at that point. But at least for this contest, the uploads, your final submission needs to be under 5 minutes. And then in regards to the rule about water, again, this is really up to you guys and how you creatively use it. Someone asked, would the implementation of rain count as the use of water? Absolutely. I'm just looking for the use of water in your film. It could be a wide array of things. It could be something very small. It could be something that's very big. That is ultimately up to you guys. Just to remember that you are going to be judged on the creative use of these rules. So the more creative you are with the implementation of water, the higher you're going to score. But ultimately it's up to you. I just need to see water in some way, shape, or form used in your film. And it could be as simple as your character drinking a glass of water. You're not going to score high on the creative use, but you did implement water. But yeah, anyways, hopefully that provides a little more clarity. I think one of the biggest kind of questions that I continue to see is like, what constitutes as CGI and VFX. And so to hit on that one more time, I just do not want to see you guys creating computer generated worlds, assets, characters, creatures. I want you guys to do as much in-camera effects and practical filmmaking techniques as possible. Again, where I don't want you guys going crazy is shooting everything on a green screen and creating computer generated characters and worlds and set extensions and atmosphere and all of that. That is not okay, and that will be an immediate disqualification. But doing simple things like clean plates and two plates and masking of certain things, completely okay. You're allowed to use editing techniques in post to help tell your story, as long as you're on set shooting practically to allow you to do that, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's it for this video. Just wanted to make a quick talking head explainer to touch on some of the rules further for those that might want a little more clarity, or maybe this opens up the door. It's like, oh dude, I can do this. Like, I just wanted to give a little more clarity. I'm super excited. I've already been tagged in so many different stories of people working on their scripts or sitting with all their filmmaking friends, having meetings, Zoom calls, just planning things out. I think it's gonna be a really fun and cool year. I'm excited to see you guys at the party, the top 10 screening night. Again, don't forget about that. Grab your tickets now. There will be limited slots. It's not gonna be hundreds of people. I'm gonna keep it limited. So very excited to see your films. Very excited to see what you guys come up with. Excited for you guys to see my film. Currently editing it right now, and a new behind the scenes video is also now currently live on the making of that film. Go check it out. It's over on the Prism Lens Effect YouTube channel. I'll link it in the video description below. You can see just the entire making and process of us making our film and what I did, which is I think it's gonna turn out really, really cool. It's like rough cut stages, but it's coming together. So very excited. Best of luck. Appreciate y'all. See you on the next one.